Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's up, man?
It's Sunday morning. You've been up for about 12 minutes.
Something like
We're going to
that,
drink a beer.
yeah.
We're still champions.
And we're joined by, other way.
Nope.
Thomas from Thomas Open Beer Reviews.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
This is great. Thanks, Thomas, for giving us an excuse to drink before 10 a.m. So
you guys are welcome, because we were talking about this before Mike got here. It's like nearly 4 p.m. for me. And right next to me, I actually have a 14% Imperial Stout, which it was sipping on before we started this. So, that's the beauty of time difference. I'm already half wasted, so there you go.
This is the perfect beer to start a day off with, I think, though.
It is. What do we have here?
We have Weihenstephaner's Hefeweissbier Dunkel. Oh, sorry, Hefeweissbier Dunkel. So this is their Dunkel, classic, 5.3%.
It's my phone in the background. Sorry. But just let it go. It'll end in a little bit.
I hope it plays the full song.
I can't wait till Sean tries to upload this video and we get a copyright strike.
Do you want to wait until this stops and then try again? Because this could be a thing, though.
As I mentioned, we're joined by Thomas Open from Thomas Open Beer Reviews. Check out, he'll be linked down below and somewhere over here at the end of the video. But what we have today is Weihenstephaner's Dunkel. So this is their Hefeweissbier Dunkel. Is that Hefeweissbier? Hefeweissbier? Hefeweissbier.
Yeah, it says Hefeweiss, so it should be basically their Hefeweiss, but with darker malts. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. Yep.
5.3%. It's a classic. We've all had this, so this isn't like our first time. You want to get it open?
Yeah. I mean, Mike already. But that went better than I expected, actually. The lanyard worked.
Nice. Thomas has proper lanyard wear, too.
Yeah, like keychain. There we go. Try not to tip the bottle. I actually really always love the bottle caps that Weihenstephan has.
They're always just so they're just classic and pretty.
They are. So what I always find interesting about this beer, and Weihenstephan says that themselves, for a Dunkel, it's actually very light.
Yes. It even looks light.
Yeah. I mean, if you didn't know this was a Dunkel, and I'm not trying to sound negative about the beer or anything, but if you didn't know this was a Dunkel, you could be mistaken. You could almost think, like, is this an oxidized Hefeweizen? You know what I'm saying?
That's actually a good point. I want to get all of it in there. I got just a little bit
But we
left.
know it's not.
Don't overflow. Look at that.
See, that's the thing about. I always want to have some room in a glass to have like that area where you can smell the beer. Oh, I got the.
Yeah, that would have been smart, but
yeah, but when it comes to this beer in this glass, this is what you want. I got shortchanged here, guys, because it says half a liter here, but it's below it.
Yeah, I'm below half a liter too. Oh wait, nope, I'm about to get to it, I think.
No, that's it for me, man. That's it. I got shortchanged on this bottle. So anyway.
It's like ice cream in a glass.
The look. I mean.
And we all have proper glassware.
Yeah, we do.
The camera does not do this beer justice. It just looks so pretty. It
is. It has this sort of like very dark honey.
Yeah,
golden hue to it.
Honey, yeah.
It looks exactly like my my wildflower honey I just bought the other day. It looks exactly the same, honestly.
Yep.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It in a way, and this is one of the weirdest descriptions I've ever used for a beer, but it has that caramelized onion glaze to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the weirdest description I've ever used for a beer, but it's got that sort of and a caramelized thing works for the it's the fucking whatever. But
in the head, you could just with a spoon.
I kind of just want to go like I want to do this. I want to.
I want to do it too. Wow. Oh, Anyways, that happened.
There you go. Yeah.
Do you want to try to get a nose?
I already sniffed a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just smells like caramelized cereal grains. You know what I mean?
Exactly that.
With a little bit of spiciness, a little bit of like the bananas, not as upfront as the regular hef, but it's still there. But the caramelized cereal grains.
To me, it smells like almost like when people like when they cook a banana in a pan, put like on an ice cream, whatever. Like you get that almost those caramelized sugars on the banana. I'm getting that kind of a nose.
Oh yeah, that's
exactly. There's still the banana there, but it's like exactly what you just said, that caramelized baked banana thing, and it still has that clove. It is without a doubt the Hefeweissbier. It's not just, it's like it said, Hefeweissbier Dunkel. It's exactly what it is. It still has that wheaty nose. There's definitely still wheat in there. You can get that.
Mm-hmm.
It honestly, it smells a little bit like that nose you get right when you walk into a bakery.
Yes.
When it's still doing it, you know what I mean?
Ooh.
Yes.
Yep.
Like the pastry's there and the bread's baking and everything's
a little brown bread.
Sean? Yeah, I think this
canned brown bread.
It's a New England thing. It's a New England thing,
apparently.
Canned,
literally brown bread that comes in a can with like raisins and stuff in it.
Just because you can do a thing doesn't necessarily mean you have to do the thing. Okay. Just because it's an option doesn't mean you. Why?
I don't know.
This is like this. I thought the Canadian bagged milk was fucking weird, but bread in a can.
Bread in a can.
That's a thing. When the video's over.
Next beer mail, I'll toss one in.
Wow. I know that box.
Anyways, do you guys want to taste this?
Yes, please.
Let's do it.
All right. Cheers, boys. Thomas, thanks for joining us as always.
It's always a pleasure. Cheers, boys.
It's just the way I remember it.
Are you guys getting sort of like maybe that's just because I've had a few beers where it was very prominent. Are you guys getting sort of like a orange marmalade bitterness going on?
The thing is, orange marmalade in the United States is very sweet. It's not like European marmalade where it's a little bit bitter. You don't get that.
Could be, but it has, well, not bitter, but a sweet bitterness, exactly. And it reminds me of like an orange marmalade, a sweet.
Yeah, because the thing, we don't get Seville oranges here. All of ours are like Florida oranges. So Sean, Seville orange is very bitter, kind of an orange. So the marmalades in Europe are different.
Yeah, it probably is, but.
No, but I do know what you're saying. I do get that sort of Seville orange thing.
Yeah, I don't remember that sort of citrusy orange thing from the original Hefe. I noticed you guys already, like I was talking, otherwise I would have taken a big swig already. You want to keep drinking this.
Yeah. It is so light for a Dunkel, but it lends itself very well to the beer itself because it's light, but it also has the levels of darkness from a darker beer that you're getting more of a oomph in flavor versus this is just a regular. I feel like actually the regular hef kind of drinks a little bit creamier than this.
It does, yeah.
It has the same mouthfeel, but a bit less impactful, a bit more crushable almost. Like there's still that same mouthfeel. I feel it has a density to it, but a bit more crushable. I can't describe it any way other than that. It has a bigger mouthfeel than your average. What is it? 5.3% ABV beer.
Oh,
it has a bigger mouthfeel than that. But it's still inviting. It's still light and refreshing for a darker beer because again, it's not as dark as your average Dunkel. If you look at like the Erdinger, I don't know if you guys can.
Yep, we do. We get it.
So that's my go-to German Dunkel because I can get that in like a supermarket, literally 500 meters from here, which is about a third of a mile. And that's basically my go-to German Dunkel. and that one has a lot more. It has a darker color. It has more that darker malt oomph going on.
Yep.
And
we can get Erdinger here. We can get Erdinger here, but you know, it's funny when you said that this isn't like as dark as a regular Dunkel, because to me this is my go-to Dunkel. You know what I mean? This is for me what a Dunkel is, and I've had other ones, and they are darker for sure. But for me, this is a Dunkel. Like this is.
Oh, I get it. Yeah.
You know, like
no, what I meant with my go-to Dunkel is because that's the one I can get easier than this. For some weird reason, don't ask me why, I can get the normal Hefeweissbier like in every supermarket, but for some reason the Dunkel isn't. The Weihenstephan Dunkel. The Erdinger Dunkel is in several supermarkets right around me. That's why that's my go-to Dunkel, because I can get it just like that. This one I actually have to order in.
I see. Yeah.
From specialty shops around me. So that's why I'm saying the go-to is the one that I would drink this a lot more because it is that more drinkable. It has that more, just keep on going sort of quality to it.
This is a dark beer or darker beer that you could give to somebody who's like, oh, don't drink dark beer. Dark beer is too heavy. Like If you gave them this, first off, if you gave them this directly from the bottle, they probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference. If you gave it to them blind, they probably wouldn't be able to really tell that it was a dark beer. But if you gave it to them like this, they'd probably be like, oh, it's a dark beer, I'm not going to like it, and then have preconceived notions. But
I like how Sean is deliberately covering up that every single person he knows would not say dark beer. They say dark beer. Yeah. I don't drink dark beer.
It's a DAC.
You wouldn't get dark beers.
That sounds like almost like a Boston thing, like macaque.
Sounds like my mom.
Like that's
it sounds like Sean's mother is what it sounds like. Yeah,
exactly.
I didn't want to go there, so I'm sorry. I didn't want to bash him with his mom. I mean, I'm just saying. I think I'm gonna go exit now, and I'll see you guys later. So cheers.
I just think I think we said this before in one of the other Weihenstephan reviews. This beer, we don't really have to sit here and dissect it because we know we love it. It's more of a love letter to this to anything that kind of Weihenstephaner does. Like if someone's watching this, they're probably they're just kind of rambling and talking about this beer. We're not really kind of going into detail. It's just go buy a Weihenstephaner. You know what we're talking about. It's better if you're watching this video or any other video, you have to have Weihenstephaner, right? You have to at least have.
Well, one of the things I was trying to get at a minute ago. Sorry, I didn't get too clear. Was for me this is a Dunkel. This is when I think of a Dunkel, I think of this. This is ubiquitous to me. I think of a Hef. I'm thinking of Weihenstephaner. I think of a Weihenstephan. I think of Weihenstephaner. I think of a Dunkel. I think of Weihenstephaner. I think of a Martin. I think of Weihenstephan. Wait a minute, where was I going with this? I'm kidding. But the thing is, for several German styles, whether it is or isn't, I think of Weihenstephaner because it's so easy to get and it's so reliable. It always tastes so great. It's never a problem. I never have a bottle. I'm like, this isn't that good for Weihenstephaner. It's fucking perfect every time. They have perfect mouthfeel. They have perfect coloring. They always look and taste the same, and they taste brilliant. There's no off flavors. Everything is everything I know about a Dunkel, at least initially when I started drinking beers, came from this. You know what I mean? I've had other ones, and other ones some are a lot darker, some are a lot richer, and all that stuff. But to me, I think of Dunkel, I think of this. I can get this on draft at the tavern down in Lowell. I can get this. It's just it's so easy to get and so reliable. It just tastes. It has great mouthfeel. It's creamy. It's rich. It's caramelly, and it has good fruity esters. It's banana and it's clove, and it's just tastes. It tastes like someone overcooked Cheerios just a little bit. There's all these cool things going on. It smells like a bakery, and it's just this beautiful, beautiful beer. And what I described the beer the other day, and I've done this a few times. It's so good, but it's also something I can ignore. I could drink it and it's good. I'm not some beers are there's so much going on that I spend time thinking about it. I wouldn't be able to watch a movie. I'd be like, what the fuck? This I can drink, I can enjoy it for what it is, and just keep going. You know.
I said something similar today in a review. I did a Czech style lager in a review earlier this afternoon. But that's the same thing. Like I literally said, the review is going to be short. Why? Because it's a Czech style lager. What do you want me to say? There's not a lot to say about it. And the same thing with a beer like this. I'm not saying it's simple, but I'm saying you get what you get is what you get. And all the things that Mike just said was in like what, a minute and a half? That's what you can say about the beer. Yeah. But the thing is, it does it in such an exquisitely perfect way, so completely flawless that it's just there. There's nothing to distract you. There's nothing to. This is the cooking beer. This is the beer that you get home. You want to make dinner. You grab one of these, or the Hefel, or the Cristal, or whatever. Mm-hmm. You want to watch a movie. What Mike just said. You want to talk. And why is this review going to be like 20 minutes long? Not because we're talking about the beer itself. We're talking about what it does for your experience, for what's going on. You know, you're talking. It's the social lubricant. It's the. I don't know. It's there. And
for me, what I think is going to end up being interesting is because we're going to get to the Corbinian and the Vitas. I assume, right? That's going to be something we're doing.
I think that's the end game is for all of us to kind of do the whole line.
But those ones I can in my memory, because those ones I haven't had in the longest time. I mean, in relation to the rest of these, is those ones I remember being less able to ignore. Those ones are a little bit more.
Yeah.
They have a little more oomph. They're a little bit more powerful. Like they're a little less ubiquitous. They're more of a Weihenstephaner product, not just something that you're gonna get anywhere else. So those I'm interested in seeing because like when this video started, I knew what I was getting. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like I rolled out of bed. I'm like, I'm gonna have a fucking Dunkel. This is pretty awesome. This is gonna be great. Like this is all I was, like I think I'd be looking at the Corbinian like, what the fuck am I gonna get out of this? Because I just don't have them as often.
Yeah. No, but and that's exactly the point. I remember it. So this was like a couple of years ago. My then girlfriend and I, we were doing some grocery shopping, and I picked up this bottle of Weihenstephan, and she looked the normal Hefe. And she was looking at me. She's like, "Why are you buying a beer?" Well, that was the only beer I was buying. She's like, "We're gonna watch a movie tonight." And she looked at me like, "But you got beers, right?" I know, but we're gonna watch a movie tonight. And she just looked at me with a face like, "I don't understand, but you guys understand. Like, I'm gonna watch a movie tonight, so I want the Hefeweissbier because it's tasty as fuck, and it gives me all the experience and the proper." What's the sensory experience that I want from drinking the best craft beer I've ever had without distracting me from watching that movie.
100%. But if you wanted to distract you, it can.
It could,
because you can pick apart the beer if you want, but you can also forget about it. Like
exactly. And the moment that you start, you're like, "What am I doing here anyway?" You just suddenly realize, "Wow, just wow."
Yeah,
that's fine. So
it's a classic.
I love that my beer is empty, right? But you can see the lace. Oh shit! It just looks like ice cream or something down the side of the glass, you know?
Exactly. Like that's the quality there. Like if you roll that around, and if you swirl a little bit, you get a little bit of head. It just.
It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
Exactly. The next time we do a Weihenstephan review, we should just have the beers in front of us like this. We keep on talking, but this is what people need to see. They shouldn't have to look at our faces. This is what
we can time lapse it. But yeah, speaking of that, we're almost at 20. We're actually at 20 minutes, but well, I guess with the cuts from before. Down in the comments, what do you think of Weihenstephan? I'll be on the lookout for the other love letters to the other Weihenstephan beers, because honestly, this is what these are. There's going to be mix and match across the channel, so we'll post wherever they end up being. Yeah, they're going back and forth. I don't remember who's on what now. We should make a shared playlist.
That could be fun.
Playlist because
and for a future sort of like maybe a live hangout that we could do. Just grab 4 or 5 different German Dunkels.
Ooh. Or we could do Dunkels, or what if we do German Oktoberfests?
We do have
I
Martins.
should.
Ooh, it's that time of year. It's that time of
should-
Like, I
year.
guess we don't even have to
Unless-
get like, all the same, but we could probably get Eing or.
It doesn't matter
Yeah.
what we get, as long as we get like. I'm going to be the asshole,
Yeah.
by the way, because I'm not going to get Marsens. I am going to get the Matsens, if you don't mind. But I'm that asshole.
Sean, let's get a different co-host for those videos.
Yeah, hopefully, I think Joe should be back doing beer reviews by then. We could get Joe.
All right, yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah,
We'll
likes
do
his
that.
are you
Martins.
sure? Because he's the first thing he's going to ask though is there like passion fruit added to this? So I don't know if that's going to work.
Whoa.
On that note,
But I do think his heart's into it, so that should be good.
So, yeah, let's do it. We'll do that next.
definitely, 100%.
All right.
Thomas, where can we check you out?
I'm on
Where can
YouTube.
they-
On basically, if you just go Google Thomas Opened, you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, but mostly you can find me on the YouTubes. And there.
Cool. And you can find us nerdsense.net, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. If those are your things, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified when we post new videos. And I'm Sean.
All right, Mike.
I'm Thomas.
And this is Nerdsense.
Nerdsense. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
You guys have all this gunk in the bottom of yours?
Oh yeah.